These are the 3 most disappointing shoes of 2023 that you should absolutely avoid purchasing. Warning: this video may contain unpopular opinions, and your favorite companion of this year may get completely roasted. Buckle up and enjoy, because this is Run IQ. The first model on the list is a racing shoe that has been given a lot of great critique from various sources, and I was extremely excited to try it out for myself. I am talking about the Kiun KD900 X and why it was one of this year's greatest disappointments. Let's start with the first thing you notice when trying out any shoe: the upper. It is perhaps the most important thing that immediately tell you if the partnership between runner and shoe is going to be a pleasant and long-lasting one. It's supposed to be the part of the shoe that greets your foot with a warm, comfortable embrace, but in the case of the KD900 X, it feels more like a hostile handshake from an ill-mannered stranger. The upper is thin, yes, but it's also stiff and scratchy, like a rough sandpaper rubbing against your skin, and if you're not wearing thick socks, you're in for a world of discomfort. Every foot is unique, and some may actually enjoy this shoe, but from my point of view, the upper design was a big flop. Now, onto the midsole and the ride. The KD900 X boasts a Pebax Archimer foam called V-Foam. Sounds fancy, right? The ride can be summed up in 3 words: firm, rigid, and unforgiving, especially in comparison to racers from other brands like the Nike Vaporfly 3 or the Saucony Endorphin Pro. Further into your run, when you feel fatigued or tired, you will see that this shoe is borderline cruel at slower paces. And if you aren't a fan of stiffer shoes, your calves and hamstrings might be screaming for mercy. But wait, the KD900 X's stiffness does have one redeeming quality: it's stable. So if you're the type of runner who despises the plush, cushioned feel of other carbon-plated shoes and craves stability above all else, then this shoe might not be a disappointment after all. Last but not least, it is a bit heavy at 237 grams for a US 9.5. Sure, it promises a durability of 1,000 kilometers, which is impressive compared to other carbon-plated shoes, but it achieves this feat by slapping on a whopping 3 millimeters of rubber outsole. In essence, the Kiun KD900 X could find its niche among those who are willing to compromise on comfort and are looking for a wallet-friendly entry into the world of plated shoes with decent durability. However, for seasoned runners who value a more well-rounded running experience, there are undoubtedly better options out there. Okay, with our racer out the way, let's move on to our max-cushioned alternative. And we have saved your all-rounder to the end, so make sure to stick around to see if your favorite shoe is in for a diss. While this shoe might have garnered some attention for its comfortable reputation, let's get one thing straight: it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to the Invincible 3 from Nike. Buckle up, runners, because here's a review that won't shy away from the truth. Ever heard of a running shoe that doesn't quite get along with wet roads? Well, meet the Nike Invincible 3, a shoe that practically ice skates its way through puddles. You see, grip is a vital element for any runner, especially those brave souls who tackle rain or shine. But with the Invincible 3, not a good idea. If you plan on running in the rain or on slick surfaces, I would not recommend using this model, because it will be a struggle to keep you upright. The worst feature, though, is the heel counter, which grips around your Achilles. Or does it? In the Nike Invincible 3, your heels are on a slippery roller coaster ride. Yes, you guessed it, the Nike Invincible 3 is plagued by heel slippage. Despite its attempts at redemption with a redesigned heel clip, it's like trying to corral a wild stallion. Every corner you turn, every step you take, the heel slippage will haunt your running experience. Annoying? Absolutely. Unnecessary? You bet. I tried my best with a heel lock, but it would just not work. And now, for what you have all been waiting for, the all-rounder, or what used to be an all-rounder, and perhaps my greatest disappointment of this year. Many won't agree, and I know many runners who actually think it is an improvement from the previous models. Let's talk about the New Balance 1080 version 13, a shoe that promises much but stumbles where it matters most. While some may sing praises for this model, I'm here to cut through the fluff and reveal why this model was such a great disappointment in my opinion. New Balance seems to believe that the softer, the better, but let me tell you folks, this shoe takes the concept of softness to a whole new level. It's like running on marshmallows, and not in a good way. I absolutely loved the previous versions of this model. They were truly the only can-do-it-all alternative from New Balance. I used the version 12 as my all-rounder, but the V13 did just not deliver for me this year. If you're looking for responsiveness and energy return, you'd best look elsewhere. The Fresh Foam 1080 version 13 sacrificed its much-loved personality functionality for squishiness. With its 6mm drop and squishy foam, this shoe screams heel strikers only. If you're a midfoot or forefoot striker, be prepared for an uphill battle. The 1080 V13's cushioning is so excessive that it feels like your feet are constantly sinking into quicksand. It may feel great for some runners who prefer a soft recovery shoe, but an all-rounder, I think not. The fun factor was a total letdown, and for a maxed cushioned shoe, there are more suitable alternatives in my lineup, such as the Nimbus from Asics or the On-Cloud Monster. I would just prefer a little more snap to my all-rounder. Okay, if you want to see something more positive and maybe the best overall model of 2023, you should watch this video next. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Happy running.